Throughout history, many have sought meaning by turning inward, searching for the essence of who they truly are. In biblical teachings, this inner exploration is often described as the journey of the inward man. It is within the sacred inner chamber of the heart that, according to Scripture, God observes what is hidden from the world. This private sanctuary is untouched by outward appearances or societal roles. Here, the true self begins to emerge, distinct from the identities we present to others. As we embark on this journey, we set aside external labels and prepare to discover the deeper realities that reside within. Many people believe that their identity is shaped entirely by what they do, how they feel, or the stories they tell themselves. This common misconception can lead us to confuse our true selves with the ever-changing circumstances of our lives. However, self-identity runs much deeper than our actions or emotions. Beneath the surface, there exists an inner light, a constant, quiet presence that remains untouched by the noise of daily experiences. By looking beyond external labels and fleeting thoughts, we can begin to recognize this deeper essence within ourselves. This inner light is not defined by achievements or setbacks, but by a sense of being that is always present, waiting to be discovered. Biblical stories often serve as powerful metaphors for our own inner journeys. The landscapes described in Scripture, wilderness, deserts, and promised lands, can be seen as reflections of states of consciousness. Times of confusion or uncertainty may resemble wandering in the wilderness, while feelings of restriction or limitation echo the experience of bondage. Conversely, moments of clarity and harmony are akin to entering a place of peace or a promised land. By viewing these ancient narratives through the lens of personal experience, we gain insight into the universal nature of spiritual growth and transformation. This perspective invites us to recognize the parallels between external events and our internal states, deepening our understanding of both Scripture and ourselves. Within each person exists a dual nature, the outer self and the inner self. The outer self is molded by the demands and influences of the world, responding to daily challenges, expectations, and social interactions. In contrast, the inner self is often described as a divine spark, an essence that remains pure, untouched, and eternal regardless of external circumstances. While the outer self adapts and changes, the inner self provides a sense of continuity and deeper meaning. Recognizing these two aspects can lead to greater self-awareness and a more balanced approach to life. This understanding invites us to look beyond surface experiences and connect with the enduring core within. Suffering often emerges when we mistake our outer identity, the roles we play, the labels we carry, and the physical form we inhabit for our true self. This confusion leads us to seek fulfillment and validation from external sources, which are inherently transient and unpredictable. The true self, sometimes referred to as the inner kingdom, exists beyond these shifting circumstances. By recognizing the difference between the earthly vessel and the deeper essence within, we begin to free ourselves from unnecessary pain. Distinguishing between what is temporary and what is eternal allows us to cultivate a sense of peace and resilience. When we anchor our awareness in the inner kingdom, suffering loses its grip, and a more authentic sense of self can emerge. Thoughts are constantly arising and passing away in our minds, much like clouds drifting across the sky. They can be fleeting, persistent, comforting, or even troubling, but they are ultimately temporary. These mental activities are not a reflection of our true essence or identity. Instead, they are simply experiences that occur within the mind, shaped by memories, emotions, and external influences. Recognizing the transient nature of thoughts can help us avoid becoming overly attached to them. By observing our thoughts without judgment, we begin to understand that our true self lies beyond these passing mental events. By observing our thoughts without becoming attached to them, we begin to cultivate a deeper sense of awareness. This practice allows us to step back and witness the flow of our mind, rather than being swept away by it. As we occupy the seat of awareness, we gain clarity and perspective, noticing patterns and emotions as they arise. Over time, this mindful observation helps us distinguish between fleeting thoughts and our true, authentic self. Through gentle curiosity and non judgment, we discover a sense of inner peace and stability. This journey inward reveals the essence of who we are, beyond the noise of daily distractions. Emotions can be understood not as verdicts on our character, but as signals that offer valuable insight into our inner world. When we experience feelings such as sadness, anger, or anxiety, these emotions often point toward unresolved issues or unmet needs within ourselves. Rather than dismissing or judging these feelings, it can be helpful to view them as messages, inviting us to explore what lies beneath the surface. By listening to our emotions in this way, we gain the opportunity to address underlying concerns and foster personal growth. This perspective encourages a more compassionate and curious approach to our emotional experiences. Listening to our emotions without judgment is a vital step toward personal and spiritual growth. When we allow ourselves to acknowledge feelings as they arise, rather than suppressing or criticizing them, we open the door to greater self-understanding. David's story exemplifies this approach. Instead of hiding his struggles or pretending to feel differently, David chose honesty with his inner life, expressing his emotions openly and sincerely. This act of self-acceptance became a foundation for his spiritual development. By embracing our true feelings, we cultivate authenticity and create space for transformation. In this way, honest reflection on our emotional experiences can guide us toward deeper wisdom and connection. Throughout history, many spiritual traditions have spoken of a divine blueprint within each person. Scripture often refers to this as the temple not made with hands, suggesting an inner sanctuary crafted by a higher wisdom rather than by human effort. This concept points to an inherent design or potential that resides within us all. When we align our thoughts, actions, and intentions with this inner template, we move toward a state of wholeness and harmony. Such alignment fosters a sense of peace, purpose, and well-being, guiding us to live authentically. Embracing this inner design encourages personal growth and a deeper connection to the sacred. Inner stillness holds profound significance as the space where one can truly encounter the voice of God. In the midst of daily noise and distractions, it is often only through silence and meditation that we become attuned to the subtle guidance within. This still, small voice does not shout or demand attention, but gently whispers wisdom and comfort to those who listen. By cultivating moments of quiet reflection, we create an environment where spiritual insight can emerge. The practice of silence is not merely an absence of sound, but a conscious invitation to deeper awareness and connection. Through meditation, we learn to quiet the mind and open the heart, allowing the divine presence to speak in ways that words cannot express. At the heart of every individual lies an unbreakable inner self, untouched by the challenges and hardships of life. Healing is not about fixing what is damaged or striving to become someone different. Instead, it is a process of remembering and reconnecting with our true nature. This innate wholeness exists within us, regardless of the circumstances we face. By turning inward and recognizing our authentic essence, we discover that we are already complete. The journey to healing is, therefore, an act of remembrance, not transformation. There comes a profound moment when self-awareness deepens and the boundaries between personal understanding and the divine begin to blur. In this awakening, it becomes clear that the search for meaning and connection has always pointed inward. As we recognize our true selves, we also glimpse the essence of something greater, realizing that peace and purpose have never been external pursuits. Instead, they have quietly resided within us, waiting to be acknowledged. This realization brings a sense of unity and calm, as if the answers we sought were always part of our own being. It is in knowing ourselves that we come to understand the presence of God, and in that understanding, we find lasting fulfillment. As we come to the end of this exploration, consider taking a quiet moment for self-reflection. Allow yourself to look inward, beyond thoughts and emotions, and gently seek the pure awareness that resides within. This inner presence, often described in sacred texts, is not defined by roles or achievements, but by a simple, enduring sense of being. Meeting the real self is not a destination, but an ongoing journey of discovery and understanding. By turning attention inward, you may find clarity, peace, and a deeper connection to the essence described by Scripture.